that I think that's the reason. When you talked a little bit about Sareena before you started recording, that is one of the biggest reasons why I like Sareena, is because I really like redemption arcs. So to have Sareena come back into the story, you really want her to have that redemption arc, escape the clutches of Quan Chi and get out of the Nether Realm and, join the Lin Kuei. Like you really want that to happen.
And see that I'm glad you brought that up, because that's another thing I want to mention with Ashura. I'm a little worried that if it came down to it, they would be deciding, and I could be wrong about this, they could be deciding between Ashura and Sareena, because they're both like, they're both kind of 3D era female characters that are demons that are kind of turned good, and I could see them picking Ashura just because I guess
it's going to be Ashura.
Yeah,
it's going to be.
First of all, I think objectively she matches the aesthetic more of the game, and I kind of feel like it's weird because I want to say, because they had Sareena be an NPC in MKX, but Ashura was nowhere to be seen in any of them. To me, that would tell me they care more about Sareena, but I don't know. Then it kind of seems like I feel like back then, at least, I feel like the attitude was more towards Ashura, because Ashura actually got to be a character in Deception, obviously come back in Armageddon. Now she's being featured in Cage Match. Well, I mean, they probably don't choose the animated movie stuff, but still, like, it does. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird with those characters. I mean, they're completely different, like, aesthetic wise and probably moveset wise, but like, I do just feel like they might be deciding between those two. And I could 100% see when they show the trailer for Ashura, the cameo they're going to show her with is going to be Sareena. And I'm just going
to be like, And Temp brought this up in another recording or another podcast where, and it's become kind of a joke on Twitter too, is like your main or your favorite is a cameo. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of those, and Temp kind of has this idea of, be grateful that your character's even in the game, because there are a lot of diehard Mortal Kombat fans that for some odd reason are their favorite character is Chameleon with a K or Chameleon with the C. Chameleon, it doesn't matter which one. They're like huge diehard, fans. Now, I'm a huge Sareena fan, but for good reason, because of, I like the redemption arcs. She has a great design, all sorts of things, right? And a lot of people are like diehard Frost fans for good reason, because Frost has a great design. She was the angry orphan that joined the Lin Kuei after Bihan died, and before that, when Kuai Liang took over, he allowed female assassins to join, right? So there's a lot of reasons why people would like Frost. Cyborg, for instance, is that's his favorite character, is Frost. So
she's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, it's a great character, right? But she's a cameo. I don't think she's going to be a main. If she is a main, I pray to God they don't give her the MK11 design. But yeah, it's like she's in the game. So Temp was saying, like, be grateful that your favorite character is a cameo, and I completely understand that. But at the same time, it's like, if your favorite character is Li Mei and she comes back as a cameo, yeah, I would kind of be a little bit upset about that. But
I think it's a case by case basis thing with me.
Yeah,
like I understand more,
or like Reiko.
Yeah, exactly. Like, see, like characters like, all right, like Cyrax, Sector. Like, I love them. They're great, and it kind of sucks. They're getting kind of crapped on recently.
But they look so cool.
They do look fantastic.
Dude, they look so good.
But I'm not as bothered with them being cameos as much, because at least we got them in Mortal Kombat 9. We kind of got them in Mortal Kombat X, kind of. And but like Sareena, like, this poor girl has not been playable in a game
since 2006.
2006.
And before that, like, it was like 2001, 2000. Yeah,
I think it was 2000. Tournament Edition came out. It was a little after Deadline. I think it was like 2003 or 4.
Okay.
And that was actually my introduction to her, funnily enough. And it's just like, it's just so annoying. It just seems like she's a character that just she's so close and then just doesn't. And it's just like, come on.
You're right there. You're on the cusp. She's right there. It's like, there you go. It's like perfect character,
I know. And it's just like, And my other thing too is like the cat. I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. There's like Darius as well, but I think people were asking for Darius as much as they were asking for Sareena. Like Darius has
No
never, I
one.
feel like, come as close to making a roster as like Sareena has.
Yeah, with Sareena, because Sareena is like, we kind of agree it's our favorite, one of our favorite characters, most requested characters. Like personally, she's my favorite character. She's my most requested character. Please, like, God, bring her back, man. But she has so much potential, both lore wise and mechanically. I think she would be a great, what's it called? A bar character, in the way that bar character, meaning like a unique
Like a
trait,
different transformation, right?
like exactly just like Johnny Cage does. And now that Johnny Cage and Kenshi exist, and Tim brought this up, the fact that Johnny Cage and exist opens so many doors. Now they have unique character traits, and you have a puppet character, and you have a metered character like Johnny Cage does. Mm-hmm. It opens up so many doors. And Sareena, I thought would be really cool if you filled up a gauge and then it unlocked her demon form, or that another friend of mine, Original Shinobi, who has also been on the show, he pointed out that she would be able to go in and out of her demon form as like almost like, I wouldn't say a stance, but in the same way that Kenshi kind of does with his puppet, except there wouldn't be a puppet. So you put in a command, she would go to demon form and it'd have different specials, and then go back to human form, and that would have different specials.
I'm trying to think of a character that has a transformation, but you don't have to power it up or fill up a meter. You can just kind of do it like maybe freely, or filling maybe some other certain requirement. I'm not one coming to mind now, but yeah, it would be sick if she had like, I mean, I really think that we never had a character like that in Mortal Kombat. And like you said, we're getting these.
It just reminded me of is actually what would be, this would be dope, because in her original lore, now always take note that this is a new era. She could not be a demon of the Netherrealm that is, trying to redeem herself. Same thing with Ashra. In fact, I said that in my reaction video. I was like, dude, if Ashra is a keeper of time, that would be so dope, because it was called the Keeper of Time trailer. And so I thought they were going to show Geras and Ashra. Geras was obvious because he was off right there on the thumbnail. But yeah, that I was like, dude, if Ashra is a Keeper of Time, that would be so dope. But
that would be sick.
Yeah, it'd be a whole. So we're in a whole new era. But
that would also really match with the light element she has as well.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly. So Sareena, with her old lore, she had there was one part of her story where she couldn't control her demon form. She went into transformed, and I guess it scared Kuai Liang off or something like that. And I forgot exactly what part of the story was, and it's one of those like under the wraps stories that's like a part of Mortal Kombat lore, but it's like not a lot of people like focus on it. But comment down below if you know exactly how it was, and let me know. But what happened was, she lost control. So have you played Guilty Gear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Course, yeah.
I was thinking of gosh, I could never pronounce his name. Nagoriyuki, thank you. The samurai with his blood meter. So she would fit, every time she used a special, it would fill up the meter. And if she went to the meter, it would unleash her demon form, and it would give her, plus frames, more speed, and more range, but at the detriment of half her health. Because that's how his blood meter works. Is like if you go over your blood meter, then he goes into blood rage, and he at the cost of half of his health, he gains I think the only thing he gains is actual like distance with his attacks, and I think his attacks are plus frames. I could be wrong, but if I recall correctly,
that would be cool. I mean, because I really like that character. The only thing is, it's like
these are all hypotheticals, and they probably will not happen.
But I had a hard time playing with that just because it's like, you can't control when you go into it, or at least I couldn't. And like I would always just wind up getting getting knocked out because of it. I mean, I guess if Sareena herself is just much easier to play as normally, maybe that would be a better sacrifice or something like that.
Right.
But that's an idea though. I guess also. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say she could be like Phoenix from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because she could die and then get revived. But it's like, A, we kind of already had that with Jason, and also it's like MVC3 is also a 3v3 game, and this is just 1v1. So
Yeah, and the health, goes down like a lot faster with that.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's right. Her health she was like a
yeah,
wet paper bag.
MVC3 is just like, if I touch you, you're dead. Like that's so. Yeah,
it's like you get hit with one move, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna go make a sandwich. I'll be right back.
especially if you play Doom Morgan. But yeah,